Hello everyone, Samaritxn here, and today I'm bringing you a brand new video that is just going to be called Explanation. And here's why. Actually, before I get into that, I wanted to talk about the montage. The montage had an incredible amount of support, especially given the amount of time that I've been gone. I really appreciate that. All the things I said in the credits are very true. The people that I met in here, they're people that I'm gonna have for life, and I really do hope that you guys come with me in this next step. But of course, can't expect everyone to, and I'm more than okay with that. Like, I am completely understanding. Huge shout out to Jamie for everything that he did. I probably wasn't the easiest person to work with, especially whenever it came to choosing songs and things like that. There were some different tones that I was thinking about going about, but I think the final product is kind of exactly what I wanted, and he really nailed that. So, yeah, enough about the montage. So, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was Halo. Now, some people might be thinking, like, why are you leaving Halo? The reason for that being is that the video before my montage was talking about how this was going to be my last commentary. I just didn't like YouTube and things like that. But now I'm kind of missing that. But I didn't feel like I had a game to play that would that I would have fun like making. I wasn't having fun making videos anymore, and a lot of that was attributed to me not liking the game as much anymore. And now I'm seeing the direction that they're going towards, and it's just it doesn't look good. If they try to keep the current settings that are in place now, I don't think that there will be much of a population left. With the population that is left. So that's a really big issue that I'm looking at, as well as just like the response time of the like developers and things like that. There's just I just feel like a lot of it is in good hands for Halo 5. Halo 6 could be completely different. I just got out of Nick's stream, and they were talking about how they have a new story writer, the guy who wrote for the Arkham games, and those were fucking amazing. So, like, Halo could be on a come up, but that's how long from now is that? I'm a competitive gamer. I've competed in COD and I've competed in Halo, and I just think that being a competitive gamer, someone who is trying to go pro, you should be in a game where that kid just ruined me. I just got clipped. You got to be in a game that will give you some type of security, and I feel that Halo just doesn't give me that, so it's hard to try to stay here. And until they make some sort of effort to really make their players secure, and not just like pro players, but even amateur players, like, you're not going to keep anyone around. So that's a big reason why I'm leaving. Like I said, there's just no security. We don't know what's next. We don't know when the next event is. We don't know if we're going to keep having Pro League. We don't know if there is a Pro League, how it's going to be set up now. Are we going with MLG? Are we going with? Are we sticking with ESL? Maybe we're going with the even further outside tournament provider that no one has heard of. There's just so much uncertainty, and you can't feel comfortable with that with a player who's trying to come up. Like pros, they're pretty set. They're always gonna cater towards them, but how about the people that are trying to come up? Like, what avenues are you giving them? like a big one that COD is giving their amateur players is that they're partnered with MLG, which is all about open events. We know what open events are, like when they are and where they are, and like how many teams they announce like days before or like even months before when the tickets are going to go about and everything like that. Like all that information is so good, and you just don't have that. Man, it just sucks. Because honestly, I think that Halo 5 runs exceptionally well. I think that the core gameplay is amazing, but the servers are just not good. There's no maintenance done on the game server side, and that's a huge problem. So the next thing that I really wanted to talk about was my scheduling. A big thing whenever I was, or as of late, is I was talking about how I was going to be streaming more and doing that, but then a lot of other things happened where I wasn't able to do it as much as I wanted to. The reason for that is, Hurricane Harvey. I live in Houston. We were affected by it. Our neighborhood was notorious for flooding, so it wasn't a big shock that we flooded out. Luckily, we had flood insurance, so we were covered in that regard. But it's still going to take a lot of time to get the house back up. So with that came me having to move out of my house, and I thought I was going to move into a place where I would have a better schedule, but then that place didn't end up panning out, so I ended up having to leave there and go to another place, and then I'm at that place now. And at first it was like, oh, this is gonna work out well, but then like things changed, and now it's like more difficult for me to like make content. The reason for that is I'm currently in the same room as my brother, so that means that as far as like really trying to make content, it's gonna be like virtually impossible because there's always gonna be background noise. Our schedules weren't synced up at first, but now they really are. So we're always on at the same time. So it's a bummer. And there's a lot of problems with that, and we don't really know when our house is going to be back up, when we're going to be able to do stuff again, be able to move in and things like that. So there's a lot of uncertainty with that. So I'm going to try to make videos as much as possible in this game, but as far as streaming goes, I don't know like my schedule. I can't have a set schedule because I just don't know. And that may change soon, that may not. There's just so many moving parts as far as Twitch streaming goes. But as far as videos go, I'm gonna try to get like 2 or 3, or not 2 or 3, but like 3 or 4 out per week. Like I said, I'm playing a game that I'm enjoying now. I love grinding this game. I have a ton of fun. I'm gonna be getting a PS4, and I'm gonna have to get good on that console. So viewers who have a PS4 and want to play 8s and stuff like that, I'd be more than willing to. And then videos can go up like that. There's just a lot more opportunities there, especially since there's a new learning curve to a game. So that should be interesting and fun. Where did I go? 21-11. That game felt like it took forever. Side note to that guy who shit on me. That was great. So last thing that I wanted to talk about was I want you guys to be excited. I know this commentary particularly hasn't seemed very exciting. It doesn't seem like I'm very enthusiastic about things, but I also kind of have to keep my voice down. But I really am. Like, the future events that are coming are are going to be great. I can't make it to Dallas. I can't make it to Orlando, but that gives me from now to March to get as good as I possibly can to get into the top 8. I'm going to grind. I'm going to make this my year. There's no doubt in my mind about it. I've never been as determined than I am now. I really feel like I have a shot, and I'm going to make it happen. And I hope you guys stay with me through this. For those of you who are kind of signing off and bidding farewell, I appreciate all the things that you guys have done for me. Like I said, I appreciate the Halo community like hell, but things change, and people gotta move on, and it's sad but true. So I'll see you guys later.